Was there anything about this autonomy promise that is enough to make up for the ugly fundamental picture in the here and now, William?
Oh, sure. If you take a very long-term view and look at the track record of this remarkable human being and the team that he's been able to assemble, they've done some just really amazing things with new technology in automotive and certainly in AI, and it's moving more in that direction. So one can, certainly take that very much optimistic view on the long term. However, the short term clearly sounds worse.
William, on the earnings call, you asked a question about the more affordable model. What happened was Lars interjected, I think it's Lars, when I checked the tape, and said, we're not going to talk about it. And then Elon interjected and said, it's just a Model Y. I've checked the tape so many times. It's just a Model Y. Why is it that important that he answered your question, and where does it fit into robotaxi, please?
So I don't think it's so relevant to robotaxi, but this lower cost vehicle is something they've promised for a while that is supposed to be a half step between what they're doing now and what they promised at the last Analyst Day, which would be a significantly cost-reduced car, a smaller form factor, and a different architecture entirely. What he talked about yesterday, or what I asked him to talk about, was give us more detail on this interim thing that you said you were making in the first half of this year. You reiterated that in the press release and on the call, but we're all scratching our heads, where is it? And his saying that the form factor looks like a Model Y, from my perspective, that was not surprising at all. I was trying to draw out from him some details as to what the architecture is going to look like and to what degree the cost is going to come down as a result of the new innovations he's bringing.
Yeah.
He didn't bite on that.
Well, we got no clarity. And ultimately, the interjection of a new, cheaper model is what's meant to perhaps drive sales in the next second half and the next future year. If we're not getting that clarity, are we just going to get cannibalization if it looks and feels like a Model Y?
I think that's a very smart point you're making. And the way that I'm thinking about this is, remember, there are some consumer tax credits that are going away. There are also regulatory credits that revenue is going to decline from that. I see an incremental reduction in the cost, and therefore the price that they can charge customers, as perhaps maintaining volumes at this level or growing them a little bit. I don't think this is going to be even a significant evolution in the story.